What's going on there, everyone? All right, this story, I ran across it a couple days ago, but I just never got around to it. And then I saw it again, and I was like, oh, God, this ridiculousness. Let's dive into it. This is from Europe. Swiss Green Party candidate claims vegan blood can kill cancer cells. Yeah, I said that. They wrote that. Let's let's take a look. While talking about vegan diet, model and Green Party candidate for general elections in Switzerland, Tammy Glauser, said vegan blood is able to kill cancer cells on Instagram. All right. She is convinced that she is better protected from cancer than non vegans. Her Instagram post misstates a US study and reads, Nature heals everything. For example, vegan blood can kill cancer cells. Yeah. And this woman's trying to run for government. Yikes. The study she was referring to only talked about the possible increased risk of colon cancer through meat consumption and processed foods. Vegans were not mentioned. Everyone knows processed foods of all types, meat, cheese, anything. It's not good for you. They're putting shit in there you're not supposed to eat. Like in a normal world, you would never even come across some of these chemicals they put in processed foods. So yeah, there's going to be an increased risk of ailments from putting that crap in your body. Following the post, she was harshly criticized as many Instagram users pointed out the pseudoscience, which, as you know, leftists, that's the only type of science they know. They used to call the right science deniers, but nowadays you have leftists going crazy about, oh, we only have a few years before the world burst into flames because of global warming. You got them saying that that males can give birth, males can have their period. Yeah, stuff like that. Oh, or females can get people pregnant. I've heard that one too. And this, I mean, these are things they're actually saying. It's insane. One user wrote, a future member of the National Council who spreads such unscientific nonsense. Are you, you aren't serious, are you? The problem is, yeah, these people are deadly serious because they're fed a bunch of crap. They sit here and come out with these freaking just cockamamie ideas, but they live in a bubble. They got their little bubble, their little tribe. And the people pump them up. They say, oh, that makes sense. I get it. But these are all a bunch of moronic people stuck in a bubble that's not reality. They made their own little bubble and they stay. Well, the problem is they don't stay there. They try to push this on everybody else, and then they call you all kinds of names when you say you're full of shit. It's kind of weird how it works, but that's how it goes. But what can you do? Uri Schipper of the Cancer Research Switzerland was not pleased by the statements. He said, unfortunately, cancer is often an unpredictable disease that arises from random mutations and can therefore affect people who have always valued their health. It's very true. One of my best friends in the world was a health nut. He tried to do he didn't go vegan, he went vegetarian, and he ended up dying of cancer. Yeah. So even the healthiest people can get cancer. According to the research, a vegan diet may lower risk of cancer, however, in some vegan circles. This is taken as a guarantee. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna ever become a vegan. If I had to stop eating meat, I don't I don't know if I could do that. It's way easier to find meat in the wild, in my opinion, than edible plants. Actually, it's not even an opinion. Around where I live, that's a fact. You'll find more animals walking around than you will edible plants. They also believe people not following this lifestyle are about 8 times more likely to get cancer. Okay. Glauser refused to comment on questions by the Swiss newspaper 20 Minute. Okay. She only replied to the question of what she thinks of non-vegans. I believe it is important for people to be informed and then everyone has to decide for themselves. Well, that was the first smart thing I've heard her say. That's true. People decide for themselves. That goes for just about everything. At least it should. That's called freedom. That's what we should do. But yeah, the fact is, this lady actually thinks that vegan blood is medicine. This is a crazy story, but this is the type of craziness we're living with on a daily basis around the world. These leftists, most of them, I'm going to say primarily progressive leftists, peddle nonsense, pseudoscience, and just straight bullshit all the time. They don't know what they're talking about. I don't think these people ever open a book, like a book, period. And if they do, it was I couldn't tell you which one, because they ain't making no sense unless they're just reading a bunch of fairy tales. I could get where their brain conjures up stuff like this, because this is some fairy tale nonsense. But I'd love to hear your comments on it as usual. And yeah, so just thought I had to share this story because it was so outlandish. As always, like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you all on the flip side.